So WPA3 encryption cracking. The WPA3 Wi-Fi security standard replaces WPA2's four-way handshake. Um, with the Dragonfly handshake function, this handshake is also known as SAE. So Dragonfly handshake function to supply the strongest password-based authentication to date. However, it is still vulnerable to password cracking attacks. Dragon Blood is a set of vulnerabilities in WPA3 security standard that allows the attackers to recover keys, downgrade security mechanisms, and launch various information theft attacks. Attackers can use various tools such as Dragon Slayer, Dragon Force, Dragon Drain, and Dragon Time to exploit these vulnerabilities and launch attack on WPA3 enabled networks. The following are some of the techniques used to crack WPA3 encryption. Remember the vulnerability called Dragon Blood. So this is a vulnerability in WPA3 security standard. And uh, to encrypt the WPA3, we are going to exploit this vulnerability using tools like Dragon Slayer, Dragon Force, Dragon Drain, and Dragon Time. So there are two ways of performing this. One is by downgrading the security attacks, and the other one is using the side channel attacks. So in downgrading security attacks, we have two methods: exploiting backward compatibility and exploiting the Dragonfly handshake. So in the exploiting backward compatibility method, if a user and AP are compatible with both WPA2 and WPA3 encryption mechanisms, then the attacker installs a rogue AP with only WPA2 compatibility in the vicinity and forces the client to go through the four-way handshake to get connected to WPA2. Once the connection is established, the attacker uses all the attack tools available to exploit or crack the WPA2 encryption. The other method in downgrading security attacks is exploiting the Dragonfly handshake. In this method, the attacker masquerades as an authentic AP. When a user attempts to exchange keys to access the internet using WPA3 authentication mechanism, the attacker informs the user that it does not support the WPA3 method. Then the attacker suggests the use of a weaker encryption mechanism such as WPA2 for accessing the internet. Subsequently, the attacker can use various techniques to exploit or crack WPA2 encryption. So, after downgrade security attacks, let's see what is side channel attacks. So, in side channel attacks, we have time-based attack and cache-based attack. In time-based attack, the attacker analyzes the time taken by the Dragonfly handshake to encode a certain password authentication process. In the analysis, the attacker observes the iterations of encoding process and shortlists possible passwords. After obtaining a list of passwords, the attacker attempts to gain access to the target user's device using various techniques. Cache-based attack. In this attack, the attacker injects a malicious JavaScript or web application in the target user's browser. This allows the attacker to take control of the user's web browser and further observe many memory access patterns to retrieve password information. So this is about WPA3 encryption cracking. So using downgrade security attacks and side channel attacks.